Hey, amazing people. How are you guys doing? All is well. All is well. Welcome on in. It's another great episode. Thank you for being here. RN2 CEO. Guys, just keep in mind it's okay to take care of yourself. It's about recognizing you need to take care of yourself and your business. And when you do that, then you're able to take care of the people and the causes that are important to you. Thank you for being here. Give us a thumbs up whenever you see this. And also, when you come back to the replay, leave me a comment so I can come back and say hello to you and thank you because I actually come over to your page and watch and see what's going on. So I'm saying hello, boops and budgets. How are you going? How are you doing? I should say. How are you? I see you over there with the budgeting and all of that good stuff. There's another person, she does budgeting through journals. And what's her name? Journal. She does journaling, and there was a budgeting journal. And I was like, and then I thought of you. I was like, you know what? That's pretty cool. So, how is everybody doing? It's a new week. What is your intention? I'm telling you, you've always got to set your intention for the day, for the week, whatever you need to do. I'm saying that entrepreneurship is going to be big. Yes, I'm doing well. I had a pretty busy weekend. And let me see, with my makeshift studio. Let's see what's going to happen with this studio. This is crazy, crazy for loving you. There we go. Maybe a little bit better here. But I had a pretty busy weekend, with family and so forth. So I can't complain, and things worked out. But it was a busy weekend. So I'm thankful and grateful every day that I get an opportunity to breathe. I always say, God, I thank you for the breath of life, for loaning me the breath of life one more time. And for that, I am thankful and I am grateful. I feel a little bit lopsided here, but we're going to fix this. It's going to work out. I'll find something that will balance us. I am still a little bit off, but it's all good. Yeah, so I want to talk about entrepreneurship because so many things are happening right now. And guys, if you can hear me, drop a one. Make sure the audio is good. But yeah, entrepreneurship is really going to be a big part of it. Yes, the budgeting and everything else. Yeah, end of month, same here, busy at work too. Yeah, I'm telling you, so many things are happening, and we need to just open our eyes and look and see. And I'll say to folks, if you have a gifting and a skill, boops and budgets. I don't know if you have your own budget and book or anything else. You need to have that up somewhere on Amazon. Nancy Green, hey, how are you? Thank you for popping in. Guys, I appreciate you all because I know I come on a little bit late, but anytime that I can see you all, I'm always thinking about you. And that's why I come to your page. This is what's happening. Since we started, I've collected a lot of names. Some people no longer have their channels, and so I make my rounds with this little book, because what's been happening, I'm telling you, YouTube has been, and they still are, pushing a lot of new people into the feed. And I spoke to somebody today, and they were like, they said the same thing that I did. They had to actually put in the name of the individuals they're looking for to find them. So some of you guys actually have to put your name in. But what I find out that works, Civic TV, hey, thank you for coming in, everybody. What I find out what works is when I go to other people's channel and I'm watching their videos. While the video is playing, I sometimes look under the comments and I'll say, oh, I haven't, seen such and such a person in a while. And then once I've done my remarks and everything, I'll go down for the couple of people that I wanted to connect with because I haven't seen them in a while. So that's why it is important when you go on you watch a video or something, leave a comment and also read the comments because that's how I find most of y'all. Civic TV, hey, what's going on? Thank you for being here. So that's one of the things I'm thinking. And guys, I'm going to tell you about entrepreneurship. It's a different world, and you don't have to quit your job. I'm going to tell you, a friend of mine started a business, and she had one of the highest degrees you could think of, a PhD, all of that good stuff. So girlfriend, if you see this, this is a good message. She started a cleaning company. And she went there and cleaned herself. She went there because it's her business. And now she's getting contracts. So this is what I'm telling folks. Anything that you're doing and you're good at it, there is a need for it. And girlfriend went and started her cleaning company. She was like, I probably didn't have all my ducks in a row. I didn't know everything, but she tried. She did an excellent job. She had great people who said amazing things about her, built a little website. It didn't have to be expensive. So I'm telling you right now, thank you for watching from Iran. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. So this is what I'm saying. Anything that you can do, a service, especially to serve others, um, do that. Entrepreneurship is a big thing. There are some people who will get the contracts, guys. There are people, these contracts that people are worrying about, oh, they can't get government contracts and so forth. Don't let that scare you, because there are people out there who are getting them, but they themselves can't do the work. And so that's why I always tell people, and let me make it clear, I'm not giving business advice to anybody. I'm just speaking from my experience, just from my experience, that there are those who will get those contracts, but they need people who will do the work. And so that's one of the things I want to talk about. What are you doing when it comes to entrepreneurship? What are you thinking about? Do you think it's that difficult? It's to get started is easier than you think. Now they're saying, oh, they cut out a lot of stuff, but they still have structures. There's certain things that's still in place. So this may not be the thing that people want to hear about, but it's the thing that could really and truly save um, your, I wouldn't even say so much your life, but the way that you are showing up. And so that's why I talk about it. Private duty for me, as a nurse, if I'm not doing that, or there are people who are just sitters, or there are people who need that. And just think, you put a itty bitsy amount of structure around it, you totally change your life. And there's some things that folks aren't. Yes, the tea tonight. The tea tonight is turmeric and ginger, and I put a couple fresh pieces of ginger in there. Might be a little tip of honey. I really didn't need the honey, but yeah, I did that. So that's what I'm saying, folks. Think of the things that you are good at, and the things that you may think that's simple. One of the things that I'm noticing, a lot of people aren't like, they're not moving into the place and the space of a different form of entrepreneurs, especially like people who are carpenters or people who are plumbers. You have something back up in your home, you'll see that you'll need plumbers. We needed somebody to come in and take care of the washing machine. It was an elderly gentleman, and I'm talking to him and I'm saying, you're doing this, do you have anybody else to do it? He said he tried to give the business to his nephew, and he's just not interested. I said, well, why doesn't he take the business and outsource it and hire other people? He's not interested. But we still need people to do those things. So these are some of the things I'm saying entrepreneurship is going to really help us. Nancy said, I had a domestic cleaning Oh, wait a minute. I had a domestic cleaning business, and now I do commercial only, and I'm semi-retired. So I just have one building. It worked well for me. Yeah, and that's fine, because especially if you do what you love. Oh my gosh, Nancy. Whoa, this is for you then. Yeah. No, and let me tell you, there are people who need that service. And if it's just one building, you start somewhere and you can get other people. And the thing she had to learn about, how would she get the staff and make sure that they're really dependable. And even if it's only a few people. When I first started out with my agency, it was just me and two home health aides, right? And of course, I had a DON, but still, and we have the same degree, whatever. But I'm just saying, sometimes you just start small. You know what I mean? And it can become overwhelming, but there's certain little things you can put in place, but there are people who need it. There are also other entrepreneurs who are not doing the things. Okay, in entrepreneurship, what we say is this: the things that don't make me money, I should not be doing it, right? But then you have to think about the people who offer those services. We can have somebody who comes in and could help with laundry. Why? Because there are other things that you could be doing. And that person who's helping with the laundry may, that's money that can extra money for them that can do something, either pay, do a, that for the month could do car payment, it could pay for school fees, it could do whatever. There are people who are willing to work, right, for those things, and they are happy that they're able to get that from you. So I always encourage people with entrepreneurship, don't think it's like, oh, it's work people wouldn't do. There are people would be like, oh my goodness, I could make some extra money. I could make some extra money doing that. And for me, when I'm doing anything that's, as long as it's good work and I'm doing honest and I'm putting my energy and my time into it, I'm very proud, very proud of doing that. So I always tell folks, with what's happening now, entrepreneurship is going to be the way to go, to have the possibility of having different streams of income. And we can think about it, we could be innovative. Look at Uber. Uber does not own any cars, guys. Uber doesn't own cars, but it's a company. Airbnb, they don't own homes, but it's a company. So these were people thinking outside the box. But you say, well, Sharon, they have money. But if you have one client and you do an amazing job for that one client, that's social proof. That's somebody who will give you an amazing testimonials, right? That's somebody who will give you an amazing testimonial. And that because you see that they need help and you can offer that service. And if it's that's the only one, that's fine. Sometimes you may have to get some family members or whomever, or sometimes you yourself. And I told my friend, I said, girl, I was so excited for the contract that she got. And I was like, girl, if I was close by, I would roll up my sleeve, because I've driven to her and help her out with stuff before, like when she's doing our events. I said, if I was close by and you needed somebody, I would go and support you. But it's just the excitement, the excitement from that. And so that's it. When other people win, it's, to me, it shows me what's possible. And then I spoke to another nurse who said, Sharon, I kind of got into that kind of business. I was like, what? I said, stuff must be going on with the cleaning business, y'all. So I'm just saying there, just be mindful that there are going to be folks who need that. There are people right now, is somebody that I know, and she takes care of an elderly lady, and she's like, private for that person. And it was somebody who had a pretty good career, and someone that she ended up, now she takes care of that person exclusively. And she said, I only need that one client, and that one client, that salary alone, she said, and she's not a nurse, she's just a caregiver, she's a caring, loving person, and people do business with whomever they know, like, and trust. And that's a gig for her, that she was like, listen, I'm good. So you never know, right? So that's what I'm saying. Instead of people being scared and thinking that, oh, I can't do this, and then some folks are thinking where the money is coming from, I'm going to say to folks right now, the dust is going to settle. Read between the lines what I'm saying. The dust is going to settle. And when that's settled, where we will be back to doing what we need to do. Maybe it's going to be rocky and bumpy, right? But the dust will settle. And I want us to be very, to be mindful of that, um, yeah, the dust will settle. That's all I can say. Just be prayerful and look at what we're doing and see who it is that we can support. So that's my thing. I wanted to talk about entrepreneurship, and how do you find, folks will say to me, well, I don't have the money to hire a coach and stuff like that. There's some places that you could just pick up the phone, call them for whatever you want to do, and they can have you speak to somebody who was in that type of business. And I always tell people, do a little research on it. Do a little research, and you can still get help. You can still get support. Even things may hold off. I can tell you, this is a live that's not going to be popular, but there are going to be those of you who are going to come back and you're going to listen to it. And it is going to be helpful to the people who need it, Okay. And so for me, there's life outside of YouTube, definitely life outside of YouTube. It's not just about how many subscribers I get and what I do. When you offer value, you may never know who needs it. Last week for me was a pretty tough week. And I remember listening to lyrics by Nitya, and there was a song that she was playing, Battle for My Mind, and she just put it on replay, okay, and it just kept playing over and over, and I was just trying to figure things out on my own, just trying to see if I can. And then I just decided to take a nap in the middle of the day. I'm like, you know what, your girl's been up, got the grandbabies around driving me nuts. They're off to school. One of them wasn't feeling so well. Helped out a little bit, so I came into town. I helped out a little bit, and I was just like, you know what, grandma, gonna take a nap. That's exactly what I did. And I fell asleep to her song, the battle for my mind. And then I read something from Wisdom Sparks, motivation about trying to figure things out. And then I went to Blue, I think Dominion prayer. And so that's what I love about YouTube. There are people who are doing work that they're just posting, they're placing things there, and we may think that it's not for us, but guess what? It is. Giselle Rosario. Remember me? Absolutely, Giselle. How are you doing? How are you doing? Let me see if I need to come closer to you guys. Oh, look at that. Whoa, there you go. At least you can see me here. Sometimes I like to be way back. Giselle, yeah, I always get so much viewership when I have a bad hair day. And I'm like, where are all the trolls when you need them? Where are the trolls when you need them? Hi, Giselle Rosario. 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 I'm trying to roll those R's as always. But yeah, entrepreneurship, guys, is fine. Entrepreneurship is the way to go. I'm even saying sometimes people may have to reinvent themselves. You may have to reinvent yourself and think about, how do I turn this into a business? How do I turn what I already know? How do I package it? How do I position it? How do I turn it into something else? And like I said, a lot of people try to figure it out on their own. You'll be there for a minute trying to figure it out, but around that, the structures that you're going to need are going to be the things that can help you take what you do, you know offline. Take the work that you do. um, right now, a lot of people are being laid off. People are being laid off. People are saying they're broke. And if you claim that for yourself, that's what you're going to attract. So we don't attract that over here. We do not claim that for ourselves. We definitely claiming abundance and in gratitude. So, Giselle, what's going on? You're not feeling well? Oh my God, a prayer of healing for you. Check out some of these other sites that I was talking about: Wisdom Sparks, Motivation, and Blue Dominion Prayer. They have some great stuff over there. And KC Inspirational Tales. They have some really good stuff that you can listen to. I Cherish Church is good also. So, check out some folks, have them. And so take care of yourself, have them listen to what they have to say, and really do take care of yourself, because you are worth it. Know that you are worth it for sure. I am Oh, I think I was paused there for a moment. I was on pause. But if you have an idea for a business, my question to you is, have you acted on it, or are you just still thinking about it? That's the question I ask people. When it comes to entrepreneurship, I'm thinking about it, and maybe, I'm just going to do it, maybe not, maybe not. That's what I'm asking. Have you guys thought about it? and what are you looking to accomplish. And so for me, it is always making sure that I can serve other people. So let me know where you guys are checking in from. I like to, I'm feeling Giselle, I am feeling a little bit spent too. So I don't know if I'm going to stay on as long because I'm getting stuffed up, getting a little, not headache, but I know I didn't sleep so well. And I had the video and that was going for a minute, for quite a while. But I didn't sleep too well. And then I just listened to some great music. Thank you, Nitya. Thank you. Let me see who else is on. What is this going on? Let me see who else is here. Oh my goodness. Let me see if it's my girl that's on. Yeah. So, we're supporting each other, and that's what we do. That's what we're out here doing. We're supporting each other. So tell me a little bit about what your business, your plans are, for creating a business that supports, that inspire, moves, and touch the world. Let me know about it. Because I see so many talented people here. Some of your books, some of your journals, some of your things. I'm just super cool about that. I love to see other people create a business around their lifestyle. Are you able to do that? I can talk, like right now, I can talk about nursing. I can talk about my nurses who will come into the space. I'll talk to people who are in the wellness space. Right now, I have nurses who were told that they have to send in an email based upon what they have done. Have they done, what did they do last week? And, nurses who work for the, what did I say, the VA. And so they have to, they have to tell people what they do. What did they do last week? And if they are going to continue, if they're going to continue working, I don't know. We are in trying times, we are in uncertain times. But this is why being an entrepreneur, to seriously consider entrepreneurship. If you haven't done that yet, I am saying to seriously consider it. I don't know if anybody else is on. If I can see, let me see if I can't see some of the responses, but let me try. Let me try because I can't see it. All right. Okay, now I can see people. Oh my God, I can't see the. I cherish church. Hi. Okay, now I can see you that I pulled this up. She said, "Good evening. Hope you're feeling better. How are you?" Network. She said, "Good evening. Creating my articles of incorporation for my nonprofit. Yes, and that's why I'm on here. If I have to keep talking about it until somebody does it, yes. Sometimes it's just needing the space. And I'm going to drop a link in the our chat. Okay, so it's called the 508C1A. So I guess that's for ministries. I know about 501C3s, but it's all good as long as it's in the process of going, and it's going to go through, and unless he decide to clamp down on that. But right now, that's good. So everybody should be healed. Thank you in the name. Thank you, God. Thank you. Yes. And that's it. What I'm saying for folks now, when you start that business, there needs to be structure around the business. People will say it's a for-profit or nonprofit. No, because there's so many great things you can do. There's so many people that you can help, but it requires accountability. It requires accountability, and it's the same thing. It's same marketing, same branding, same operations. All of those things you are going to need for, a nonprofit. I sit on the board of a nonprofit. What's tonight? Oh, I think we have a meeting tomorrow. Oh, thank you for the reminder. So what do? I sit on the board. It's the medical mission, and I was a board member years ago. I was also of another organization, and I was president of another nursing organization some years back. And it's about being a team, right? It's about working together as a team for a common cause. She said this one is like a trust, no taxes, all churches should do this. Our leader doesn't, yes, because of this. Yes. And there are specific things for certain churches. Yeah, I'm aware of that. And they have their own banks and everything. So something like that. But yeah, and I'm just saying the good things that you can do with that. We see, and it depends when you have a business and you focus, like what is your niche? Could it be women and children or men? Could it be people who were displaced? Could it be people who were abused? Could it be people who needs assistance in getting their education or getting job training, right? Then then okay, then you can see what can your organization do. We provide medical care, right, as much as we can. We're not saying we've taken over everything, but it's on an international, so global basis. And if we're not able to do it, sometimes you guys, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You could partner with another organization. You could do events. Part proceeds can go to, there are ways that people who aren't, well, like I said, I'm not giving advice, any of that, but it was good to speak to somebody who have that information. And you still need to know, how do I stay in contact, especially with donors? People got to know that you just don't take donations and people don't hear from you. There's a whole system that you need to have in place for that. Not difficult, but it's doable, if that makes sense. It's not difficult, but it's doable. Like, how do if I decide to donate with you, I don't want to wait until the next time for something to happen, then I hear from you. There are ways. And so that's how we put things in place. She said, aftercare for foster kids that age out and life skills. Also, I have a 4-H nonprofit. Let me tell you something, which is amazing. I was talking about very few people are doing jobs such as becoming plumbers, carpenters, and those kinds of things that we need. Are we going to have a robot doing everything? Today we needed a washing machine fixed, and this gentleman looked like he's in his late 60s going up there, and he said he's trying to give his grandson the business, and or his nephew, and they don't want it, which is a lucrative business. For a few minutes it's almost $200. It's just like, he said, no, they can't even get people to who want to do anything like that. So who's going to fix our washing machines? Who are going to help, fix things when they break? What do? We just get a new one, fill the landfill. So I think for something like the aftercare, I think that's pretty amazing, because what's going to happen for people who need a trade? I mean, plumbers make crazy bag. Okay. I'm saying bag because I don't, no, let me say money, because YouTube, like when you talk about money. Yeah, YouTube does. And that's the thing I'm talking about. Yeah. If you are able to, and you know how to fix things, you can make money. All we have to do is think outside of the box. Not everybody is going to be AI and doing this and doing for. I wrote my own copy. I voiced my own ads. I didn't need AI or nothing to do that. No, they have AI doing everything. But also, they have to train people. They have to train people to train the AI. I saw a story, and it's really it really, I was a little bit affected by it. Some of the workers in somewhere, I'm thinking it's Kenya, but one of those places, either Kenya or Ghana, they are employees who have to train the AI, and the photos supposedly that they saw is affecting them mentally. So who is there for those people who need the help? And they're saying from the companies, the things that they have to identify and feed the AI, they're talking, it was atrocious. But now remember, humans have to train them. There are people who have to train these prompt engineers. Okay, so we're using our experiences to train this AI to replace people. But what's happening to the people what's happened to their psyche, what's happened to them, you know. Our church network said, I'm using my experience teaching special needs students. Yes. Okay, I am Charity Munya. Hi, Charity Munya. How are you? I think you've been in here before. I'm trying to find my pen. Oh my goodness. I have my fancy book, but no pen. Give me a second, guys. I can't find my pen. I have my pen in here. Okay. This little baby probably borrowed my pen. You say, Grandma. They borrowed my stuff. Oh, well, I think they borrowed everything. They like to borrow my stuff. When I come to visit, grandma. There's nothing better than being a grandma. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Um, yeah, Charity, how are you? How are you doing, Charity? Thank you so much for being here. We're talking about using your gifting and your skills. There are people who are great cooks. When sometimes we have people over, or I have family members and friends who they're not cooking. So if somebody is a chef, that's a great way to do catering. Everybody does not need to have a what do you call it? You know, everybody doesn't need to have a restaurant. You know, so professional, but that island girl comes out. Yeah, it comes out every now and there. Everybody doesn't need to have a restaurant, but somebody can cater. I saw a guy on YouTube and he does catering, and his catering stuff is over eight or four or $10,000 easy. And people are like, "Oh, I could do that for 1,500." You're going to do these rack of lambs, and the steak they're saying was $100 each, the type of steak. So I don't even know what they were. It was just fancy, and he had the setup, and he had people helping him. Why would that man charge $1,500 when the food was more than what this person said they could do for 15 instead of $8 or $10,000? And not understanding, okay? Oh, your grandma, the best job in the world. So when people are thinking, oh, why should somebody, okay, let's say for a dinner like that, I'm going to say the catering fee could easily be anywhere between $6,000 to $8,000. And plus he had to pay people. And if it includes the food, it could be an easy $8,000. And people will say, why pay that much money? Um, and this is when folks who don't know anything about business and they're so quick to be cheap. And yeah, I'll say the word cheap because they're thinking, well, why somebody wants to pay all of that money for food when I can go to Costco and get this and that? Yeah, and then I come and get food poisoning. You have a different story. Not to say the person, not to say the other person doesn't, that can't happen. But then you don't know why somebody would have a party where it's $8 or $10,000 just for the catering, and that's for the food and not included liquor. Okay. Why is that? And because people don't understand the logistics of that, they will say, oh, this person is overcharging. So that's why I'm saying I try not to have conversation with people who have a lack and scarcity mindset. If you don't know, you don't know. And so when people want to start their business, I'm saying don't allow negative people to talk you out of your dream or your vision. Yes, you're going to take chances with any business, whether it's for profit or nonprofit, whatever it is. You are going to take chances. And it is going to require you doing the research. It's going to require you getting the support that you need. It's going to require you putting systems in place, right? And it's going to require you the following up and following through and doing what needs to be done and asking questions and and finding yourself, like I said, in your, I cherish church is like, are you working your net, right? Are you working your network? Yeah, your network. Are you working it? And some people cannot work their network. You know why? Because they've never tried to be in the place in the space where other like-minded individuals who have invested time, energy, and resources to be in that space. Why should they trust you? Why should they even share information with you. Are you even going to follow up and follow through? And they could share it. So no man is an island. Find yourself in a network where you're going to really up level what it is that you're doing and get the information and get the coaching, get the mentorship you needed. I always encourage people to do that because the moment you sit there by yourself, oh, I did this by myself. Great. Wonderful. You did it by yourself and it was hard. And then you learned. Now, are you willing to teach someone what you have learned? The hours that you put in, the blood, the sweat, the tears, right? The crying, the mishaps, the money that you've lost. Your credit got messed up because you put money, you pull money from here to there to make that. The relationships, the stress that it caused in your relationship, the rift it might have caused with family members because you think family members are going to come up and work in your business for free. Not everybody's family is like that because they have their lives and you not having these things in place. And then it's a hot mess. And now you're expecting people to show up, collaborate with you when you are a hot mess because you never took the time to make, to put things in place. And this is the part of entrepreneurship that people may not like to hear and that they may get offended, but it is real. There are days you will sit and say, where's this money going to come from to pay these people? And why is this happening? And some of them, even in business, there's some uh, institutions or they're banking on you not asking questions. They're banking on you not picking up the phone. They're banking on you not being courageous enough to do what needs to be done. They're banking on you for not being that way. It's set up that way. It really is, guys. And so you have to see, they're like, oh, they're not asking questions. Oh, they don't care. Well, this is it. This is that. There are times that I've been told no. There are times that I've been told no, and I had to think about it. Right? I cherish church. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, they're hoping that you don't ask questions. And there were times that I sat, and let me tell you, and that's the thing, Nancy. Start where you are. I've done for my clients a one-page business plan. A one-page business plan, an 8 by 10. Get an 8 by 10. And right, and you can just get you can get it, is it from the SBA or SCORE, one of those places? You can download them. But it doesn't have to be, people will think that it has to be overly um excited. I know millionaires that do not have these fancy business plans. Later on, you could go get them when you want more funding, and then some funding, and they have people who can support you. So even if there are places that say, "Hey, I just need this information. This is the name of my business. Here are the things." You got to have a vision. And what do they say? I cherish church and Nancy. Without vision, the people perish. If you don't have a vision for that business, if you don't have those little things in place, all right. So what's the name of my business? Here it is. Who do I serve? Okay. What's the problem that my people have? All right. Where do I find those people? Okay, can they afford my services? And who are the people that can afford my services? Because we always think, I've always seen, and when I say we sometimes, but it does happen where I've seen people saying, oh, but they can't afford it. And so I'll do this. Listen, your business has to make money. Let it make money, and then you can serve the people who can't afford it if you so choose. Does that make sense? Let me repeat it again. What I'm saying is this. If you're thinking, oh, I'm going to work for people, but they don't have the money, but I'm going to do it for free, and then you can't pay your bills. So why not work for the people? Be clear on who they are, that the people who can afford you, that if, say, you have 5 clients and maybe one of them can't really afford you, but those other 4 clients are coming in, they're doing what needs to be done, then maybe you can work with this other person, that other one client, or if that makes sense. So when we go in business, if you don't have the courage to show up, and that's a great thing. I love that because for your clients, yes, that is beautiful because I've done that. I've had people who've worked with me when they come back to work with me, and you could say, hey, this is for my seniors. This is what, and that will attract them, Nancy. I think that's amazing. That will attract them to you because you know in your heart of hearts, there are some who really can't afford it. but there are things that they have in place that so that they can hire people. I didn't know this until one day I got a call. I went to a no, it was a networking event I went to, and we did have a call afterwards. And this lady was like, "Hey, I'm looking for people, who have agencies and so forth, because you work with seniors." She said, I can provide cleaning services. I was like, I didn't even think about that. Like, I was like, wow. So she said, if anybody who may need those services. So now you're a senior, right? But with that, Nancy, um, there's a lot of wisdom that comes with it. I bet if you sat down and you wrote out everything that you did for that business, you will see that you already have a plan. Lucy, hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, guys, you already have that plan. The work that you've all done, the information that you have. And for me, after a while, and I cherish church. I know you love teaching. And Nancy, when I watch you, I said, oh my gosh, Nancy is definitely a teacher. Definitely. Definitely. And so many of you guys are here. And so here it is that you have information. Like, I love this. There's a, of all the, something they say move in silence, but I'm going to say this. There's a direction that I'm really looking into, and I feel I'm going to move that direction. I never thought that I would, but now it's like it's an expansion. I was like, I love to talk. I love to train people. I love having my flexibility to pick up I can pick up my office and it can be in a knapsack. Somebody said to me, "You don't have your office anymore?" I'm like, "Yeah." They said, "Well, why do you have a knapsack?" I said, "Because I can take my computer with me. As long as I can get Wi-Fi, I can take it. Part of what I do, I can just do that." So you start to look at it, and say, "Oh, okay." And if you can cook, people will hire you for that. I'm one of those people. I'm not cooking for anything. I tried, but it's so much work. Let me put on my lip glass, right? Or lip glass or lip gloss. I think it's gloss. Yeah, the island girl come at me. In the islands, we say, "Chow, let me put on my lip gloss." We don't even say gloss. So I have to remember, oh, it's a lip gloss. And I love this one. I keep refilling it, the thing. I put a new one in there. But yeah, guys, think of the things that would make it so simple. And you don't have to do the work. It comes to a point when people will say, well, how am I going to pay people? I can't even pay myself, right? You got to pay yourself something. I don't care if it's $10. Get used to it. And that's why most business stays small, because you're trying to be the chief cook and bottle washer. And there's nothing wrong with that when you first start. You may have to change up your voice and answer the phone. Right now, you don't even need that. AI can answer the phone for you. People can text, all sorts of things. You don't have to do it by yourself. There are people in different parts of the world where this money is stronger. And so it's not, like I said, reinventing the wheel, but it's the mindset to know that you need more. Because the thing is this, when you go out there and your stuff isn't together, why should people invest in you? That's where people miss it. That's where they miss it, because they're not together. And folks are thinking, well, I got to make them, I got to do this, I got to do that. Sometimes I tell people one session, and I've had people who, let me tell you, sometimes you just need, that's what you need. You need this. You need the information to take it and then put what you need in place. And before you know that, folks are thinking, oh, I got to do this to do that. But sometimes you're missing the biggest, the signs are all there. It's all there. And it's your integrity. Your integrity is going to be the thing that with business to push you forward. And like I said, business isn't easy. Um, for me to pivot right now was like, okay, and I'm not the only one. I spoke to somebody today, and their business, they had to pivot because everything that's happening, that's coming in up from the top, is affecting them. It's affecting her business. And I said to her, you know what? Just like I said before, the dust will settle. The dust will settle. Keep your business, keep your your things. Make sure that every year, and I got to look up on mine too, a couple of them, to make sure you renew that. Keep those things in place. Keep those accounts. Whatever you need to do, just keep those things in place, because I'm telling you, folks, the dust is going to settle. And when the dust settle, it's going to be those of you who already, instead of waiting to get ready, you're already ready, because the dust is going to settle. They're going to need people. I did a live and I spoke about that. Many of these folks are going to start coming to us small influencers. They're going to start coming here because it's the regular folk, it's the regular people that are reaching the people. You go into some stores, there's some stores I'm not going into. I'm just not. I don't know. I just decide to join the party. No, I just decide that I'm not. Okay. And yes, there are people in there who have their products. There's one young lady, I think she's of Jamaican descent. She has her t shirt line in a particular store. Okay. And so some of these folks, if they don't have a website, they're in trouble. Like, where else can you get the stuff? Because some people are saying, I'm not going where, I'm not going in. This is this, I'm not telling anybody what to do. These are folks who are saying that's their opinion. That's their perspective on, like, hey, I'm not going to deal with them. So where can I find the stuff? And then no, what's going to start happening? You're going to see, mark in Jamaica, what I say, mark my word, they're going to come to the influencers. They're going to come to those who could speak the language of the people that they want. And you, with integrity and discernment, will say, okay, yes, I can do that. Because right now, somebody said to me, Sharon, you're always drinking tea. Why don't you have your own cup? I said, I have those cups. And I have some cups that I only give to my clients. They are not sold. So there's some things in your business that's specific. And I said, these are for my clients. Okay. Hey, Nancy. Okay. Yeah. Lucy. All right. Yes. I can see some of the chats. So this is the thing, guys. I'm saying something unique and specific, and I can have any cup, but I like this one because it's clear, and because sometimes when I have the virtual background. So at my daughter's and my son-in-law's house, they have a cup like this for me, and at my house, I have a cup like this, and I have one in my office because I just always loved this kind of cup. But I do have mugs and other stuff, and I'll tell people this. I'm not in the business of selling t-shirts. When I first started my business, okay, I had t-shirts, but I'm not in the business of selling t-shirts. I have journals. I'm not in the business of selling journals. I have books. I'm not in the business of selling books. I am in different books. I'm not in the business of that. Well, what is your business? Those things are stuff that you just market. It's part of your branding, right? And if somebody just came and say, "Oh, unless I have something so specific like that young lady who have her t-shirts." I think her t-shirt line is let me know. I'm going to drop a gem here. I think it's called Mess in a Bottle, Bottle. Yes, it's a t-shirt company. And I think she was in Target, one of those places. Yeah. It was called Mess. And she has a line. So now, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I just see one of my friends as her model? Hold on. What? What? Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. I'm gonna have to go on IG. Oh my God. The girl that's smiling with the braids up. She's a nurse. Oh my God. I think a DNP. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You never know. So this is what I'm saying, guys. What? Oh. See, and God made me do that. Let me talk about this. But that's what I'm saying, guys. You never know what where your business can go, and you have to have that backup. So for her, that's her thing. Like I said, I'm not in the business of that. What is my business? Is coaching and consulting. It's for me to tell you, look at what you have. You could think it's dirt, you could think it's clay, but it's a beautiful thing. There are people that's the your gifting. The moment that you know you're gifted, and there are people who will realize your gifting, guys. And that's what last year I prayed and I said, God, just the people to see it, because sometimes you would bend over backwards because you want folks to win, but it becomes tiring. It becomes tiring. And I said, I've served already. You have to look at what you're doing and say, I've served already in that capacity. And if he wants me to have an abundant life, right? I believe that. Okay. But I want to pass that knowledge on to others so I don't have to always do the physical work, because the folks who are making the money are the thinkers. And some of them thinking a whole lot of mess, but you look at it and you say, well, how can I do that if I'm just now started? Like I said, Nancy, it starts with a plan. You put it right there in your booklet. You put it right. Well, how do I find the people? Where's the money I'm going to make? That's why you're going to have to know, if I'm cleaning for these folks, did you consider your time? Are you paying yourself? People are just making up prices. That's a whole nother thing that I teach. You just don't go say, oh, I'll just charge this. I'll just charge that. It doesn't work like that. And so that's why some folks, really, like, I can't last a day with this. But yeah, I'm so glad that we got a chance to catch up. I am thankful and I'm grateful that we've had this opportunity to be in this space. If this has served you in any way, you could drop a 3 for me, please. Just drop a 3. Let me know if this has served you. Um, I want, when people come on to my lives, that they get information that can support them outside of YouTube, but you can use YouTube as a vehicle to support what you're doing. So it's good to understand YouTube. It's good to understand how it works. Thank you, Nancy. I so appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going to shut it down because most of my folks, they're in bed, and for me to be up past 10, it's kind of hard. And with them little young ones, oh, grandma, oh Lord, yeah, grandma is just like, when do I pack up and go home, right? Grandma will be out of here. Thank you, I Cherish Church. Yes, so do that, Nancy. Look at a one pager. You could Google it. You could get a one page. What does that look like? It's simple, but all of it is their idea. All the things that I told you, you'll see here. Now, if you're going to do the financial planning of that, when you want to get a little bit more sophisticated, let's say if you need money over 6 figures, then that when it comes into place, and a lot of people didn't even know that. You don't need all of that. You just need to have an idea of what it is you want to do, who you want to serve. And when you come up with that, what is it they need from you? Can you provide those services? Then you would have to look at the market. Okay, is this the right market for this? It's not always being the cheapest. And I'm going to tell you, when you're too cheap, people think you're not good. Can I sip my tea? Did I step on anybody's? Oh, let me step on my own toe over here. Ouch. No, I don't roll like that. And that's why I give. I tell people, I said, I will come here, I'll spill the tea, I'll give you all the information that's needed. But when it comes to really structuring it, and you take this. If I can give so many nuggets here, and that's why I don't force what I do on folks. I said, if I can give you this kind of nuggets here, what do you think when it becomes somebody, come on as a client? Reason being, want to hold the space for you. There are spaces right now that my clients could just sign in and get any information they need, and it's not overwhelming them, because after 12 years, you figure out that people don't have a large attention span. They'll be like, just give me the information that I need. And I've had people, and one of the lessons I learned, I've had people who said they're so busy, they don't have a whole lot of time. They just give them what they need. And what did I do? I listened to those clients. And so I created things for them, like, if this is what you need right here and then, or if this is the information you need, people who can see the vision, because when you come off, you're going to understand why you're not making enough money, and how you can and how you need to position yourself. But most people will, the it's the mindset to work on that, right, guys? I start at 10:05, so I come off at 11:05. If you have to jump off, I understand it. But just write out what it is. And when you're writing that vision and you're making it plain, that's almost like your prayer to God. Because yes, we can type it in, but I say just write it out. What's the name of my business, Nancy? Who needs it? What's my mission and my vision? What is that? Okay. And so who would I like to work with? I am also big on the types of clients I want. I'm very clear on who they are because everybody is not your client. And I cherish church. This is when the prayer comes in. This is when the fasting and the prayer and having a conversation with God, and He will send you the right types of people. They will show up. And I said, they will know me. My last clients of last year, they know me. I didn't chase them. I don't travel with business cards. People are like, how do you do this? And you don't travel with business cards. And if I have a conversation with you and I look in your eyes, I can tell because the eyes, as they're saying, is a mirror to the soul. There's so many people who are afraid. There's so many people that the courage isn't there and they're afraid of failure, but not allowing because change, like we say, change is constant. And there are those, like I said, it's so different. You see it, right? I cherish church, and that's how I know. For me, I can see it. I've had people just want to. I've gotten off stages or wherever I've spoken, and people just want to talk. They just want me to tell me their ideas. They just want to talk. One girl I had to say, stop doing that. Oh, but I just want to tell you the name of this. I said, what is it going to do? I said, you need to stop running around and telling people you're, and she just blurted it out. I said, no, what does that do? She said, oh, I just want to say, because she wants to tell me that she has an idea. She needs me, but she really doesn't need me. And when I spoke to her, I said, even if I can send you to somebody who may really can support you, because you can see it ahead, right? And it's great to have an excited, a beautiful ideas, because that's how I'm built. I can have all the ideas in the world and I can tell you to put it together, but maybe we'll need to do a plan, right? And get people who can carry that out. So that's what I'm saying. And then life steps in the way. We'll have a whole nother conversation, 2 minutes, and we're good to go. But I just want to thank you. Hey, my goodness, it's Cassie. Cassie Kitchens Creations. Thank you for coming in. We're just getting ready to wrap up. Listen, thank you for the soup. I'm away visiting them grandbabies, and I made me some vegetable soup because I've been doing the 10K walks since I've been here. So I've been averaging more than 30 miles a week. And since I've been here, I haven't really because one of the little ones got sick. So I'm trying to use the Peloton. But today I went for a walk and it was beautiful. And I'm like, listen, so I came, Cassie, and I bought my own. I went to the store and I bought my own everything that I needed. And then I saw your soup because somebody told me you made a soup. And I went over there and I was like, oh my gosh. So my soup had carrots, celery, bok choy. It had garlic. It had a little onion. It had thyme. It had scallion. And this was all vegetarian. And then I put a little bit of lentil in it. Yes, I'll put some lentil in it, and it was really good. Then I said, you know what, let me put a little coconut milk in it. So a little coconut milk. Uh, yeah, that soup was good. Oh, come on. Yeah, I cherish church. You are amazing. That soup. So today, and let's see, Cassie, there was no meat in it, but today I went up and I put a little something, something, because that soup is good. When did I make it? I think was it Sunday? I think Saturday. Yeah. And when my grandson came in, he said, "You want some soup?" He was like, "Yeah." Some grandma's soup. Yeah. But that's it. So when I'm traveling now, and they have like a pressure cooker, crock pot. You have a crock pot. I don't have a crock pot. I guess it can slow cook, but I just put all the stuff in there and I put it in, and I put a couple pieces of ginger in it too because of the beans that's in it. But that's what I do. And then I bought some broccoli and some other stuff and some brown rice. And since I came off the fast, meat is not. I'm not crazy about the meats, but you know, I was able to. what is it saying? 59:36. Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. It's been good. It's been great. Catch the replay. I did drop a lot of gems about entrepreneurship. And those of you who have your intellectual property, get ready out there, especially if you have a garden and you can tell me how I can mix and match all the foods that I'm cooking and my vegetables. That's stuff that I'm interested in because I've changed the way that I'm eating. And look at my skin, guys. Things are working out over here. Okay, may the Lord bless and keep each and every one of you. Have an amazing night. Until next time, see everybody. Take care now. Bye bye.